Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Board of County Commissioners' July 2nd meeting. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We got a whole lot of unison around here.
All right. Well, planning has been very, very easy on us. But the first thing on our agenda is our minutes. Gentlemen, do we have any additions or corrections?
I do not.
No.
Okay.
I move to approve the proceedings of the Board of County Commissioners for Tuesday, June 25th, 2024, as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the proceedings of the Board of Commissioners, Montezuma County for June 25th, 2024. Is there any discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. I only have two public. Do I have any public comment? No? Okay. Well, then I'm going to go right by public comment. And this is going to be an extremely quick and short meeting today. So next on our agenda, we have a liquor license application for the Mancos Valley Summer Brew Fest. Miss Fuller. Good morning.
Yes, this is a festival permit for August 17th from 1 to 9 for the Mancos Brewing Company. It's the third year they've done it.
Okay, everything is good. The sheriff signed off.
No, the sheriff, I don't have a letter. Jerry actually did this, so I'm not sure. I don't have a letter, though.
Don't we typically need the letter?
I thought we usually got a letter from either the sheriff or, I mean, in this case, is this within the this is within the Mancos town limits or not?
No, it's in
No.
the county.
No,
So-
we usually don't get a letter for special events or permits. We get them for, like, renewals and new applications. But I don't think, I can't remember ever doing one for a special event.
Okay.
I thought we did, but
I thought we did too. I thought.
Been a while, but
Like a year ago, he asked us to make sure that he was
Yeah.
aware of it and
We
that he
did tell
knew
him.
about it, and that we then had a letter to go along with this before we approved the application.
okay.
So
I don't have a letter.
he's been typically
there's still a lot
submitting
of time.
Yeah.
a letter to say,
I know-
yes, I'm aware of it, and I know that it's happening, and there may be, because that actually is in the county.
It is,
The
It is.
city ends
right there.
right
Yeah.
there.
It does. I know that they were emailing back and forth, so the sheriff does know about it, but I don't have a letter. And Jerry's on vacation.
Correct.
So should we come back
But we
next?
don't know that.
Yeah, why don't
We
put it
haven't
off?
seen any emails.
Let's just put it off a week. I mean, it's not till August the 17th.
A week's not gonna
Yeah.
hurt.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
We'll put
you.
it off. a
Thank
week.
you
Just
for your
just to
time.
make sure that we know that he's absolutely aware and that
Okay.
he has said yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, we'll continue this until next week. All right, going into unfinished business. Yesterday at our workshop, we had a presentation from Jennifer Morris. We did have our fixed route feasibility study. Obviously, we won't make a decision on this for 1 to 2 months, and she'll bring us back recommendations. And I didn't even get the opportunity to start reading through this last night. So more to come on that. There will be no decisions based on that today. We did also have yesterday a presentation of Chestnut Health Systems for our JBBS grant. We're also going to hold off on that today with a decision because we also need more information on that. So we'll put it on the agenda for next week also, and it may get pushed down the line further if we don't have another piece of information for that.
And maybe just for 2 quick seconds. We talked about this yesterday, just for people who weren't at the workshop. This is just a data use agreement between Chestnut Health Systems and Montezuma County. This is for the JBBS grant. Access provides mental health services, mental health evaluations in the jail through the JBBS grant that we received from the state. The state has asked us to sign this data use agreement between Chestnut Hills and us, which allows this Chestnut Health Systems to, in essence, analyze the data that they collect from the inmates to see whether this program's working. As I said yesterday, I had concerns about this agreement because, in essence, it's obligating us to protect data and take precautions with data that we have no control over. Access collects the data, Access would transmit the data, and so, in essence, we're obligating Access to do something, and we really can't do that. We can't take the hit if for some reason something went bad with this. And so, it sounds like La Plata County, at least it was represented yesterday, that La Plata County encountered a similar issue. They got an alternative agreement from the state, and so we're waiting to receive that. Once we receive that, I'll look it over and see whether that alleviates the concerns that exist with this agreement.
Okay. So, like we said earlier, we'll push this off until next week or 2 weeks, depending on when we get the information that we have. We also had a presentation yesterday from our road and bridge superintendent as far as a Forest Service agreement, and it's for blade patchwork. This is a 5-year contract in the amount of $249,943, I believe, and we can spend it all in 1 year, or we can split it up in 5 years. It basically covers 526, the Dolores Norwood Road, 528 House Creek, and 561 West Mancus Road. We were also informed yesterday by our road and bridge superintendent that the possible $8 million that we were supposed to get for the resurfacing of the Dolores Norwood Road next year, that money has been spent and reallocated, and it's not going to happen. So this contract allows us, what's presented is we'll spend $50,000 this year on blade patching, and we'll have to work with a 5-year agreement instead of what we thought we were going to get next year. So with that,
I move to approve this road project agreement between Montezuma County and the USDA Forest Service San Juan National Forest.
Second.
it's been moved and seconded to accept and sign the road project agreement between Montezuma County and the United States USDA Forest Service San Juan National Forest. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I think this takes, no, it doesn't. All right. So that kind of takes care of both of those decisions, the blade asphalt patching and the Forest Service agreement. I just basically told you what was in the agreement from the Forest Service and how that money was going to be spent. And with that, Mr. MacLaren, what do you have for us today?
Okay, so last Tuesday, I filed an answer in the case that was filed by Leaf Properties. That's the Dollar General applicant and the application that we denied. So I filed that answer to the complaint that was filed last Tuesday. I did email the commissioners a copy of that, so you guys should have a copy in your emails. On Wednesday, received a motion and an order from the court to certify the record, and so that's the next step. We have 35 days to certify the record. So in essence, we take all the information that we utilize to make our decision. We take the video clips of the public hearing, and we have to certify that that's true and correct, and then send that to the district court. So that'll be the next step. We have 35 days to do that, and so that will be due the 31st of July, and then that case will continue to move forward. Yesterday, I received an email from the Colorado Civil Rights Division regarding the complaint that was filed against the Montezuma County Fair Board. The Colorado Civil Rights Division has decided to not take any further action in regards to that complaint at this time. There was an option for the Colorado Civil Rights Division to set a hearing, and at that hearing, they could have potentially levied fines under the statute, but they decided not to do that. What they did do is they did grant a right to sue to the complainant, and so the complainant in that case will have 90 days to file a case in district court if he so wishes. And once that 90 days is up, if no complaint is filed, then the case would in essence die, and that would be the end. So I'll certainly update the board if we get any complaint in that matter, and we'll just move forward at this point. But that wraps up the portion of the case at the Colorado Civil Rights Division. Other than that, I don't have anything to report.
All right, thank you. Any questions?
No.
Okay. All right, Travis.
Busy week. We started our budget presentations with department heads, and that's going to continue on next couple of weeks. Worked on some private activity bond information from the Sleeping Utes. I think Ian and I have worked on that, and hopefully we'll have something coming in the next week or two to see which way we want to go with those PAB funds. Worked on some Title III funding. Reached out to Cortez Dispatch, see if they could utilize the Title III funding. They're in the process of seeing what needs that they have. Just tried to chase down some additional funding for the county. We're looking at some CIP fund reallocations. We can use some of the fundings that was already reallocated towards operational costs. So we're headed down that path. And then long discussions with some county administrators as it relates to costs for collective bargaining and what we need to expect in the future. So, and that's pretty much it, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Travis. Actually, Kim, do you have anything after we had an election? Do you have anything that you would like to? Okay,
Nothing in particular.
all right.
Like I said before, I was
Perfect.
really impressed with the short time that the results were posted. That was pretty incredible.
We have an amazing, amazing tabulation team. They work very well together and they stayed on focus, and we were home by about 10:30. So it was nice.
Well, very good. How was the turnout? From reading around the state, it sounded like it was pretty low.
It was a very low turnout. I think we ended up with like 28% or 27.8 or something like that. So it was a low turnout. But right now, we are still doing the signature verification process. So if you received a letter from the county clerk stating that you need to cure your signature, please do so by tomorrow, the 3rd, as soon as you can, but by tomorrow, the 3rd.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Copenhaver.
This past week, I attended the Mancus Town meeting. Their agenda was about as long as ours today. It's very, very short, not much going on. A little bit of a land use decision on setbacks and that sort of thing on a couple of lots. But basically, very short meeting and not a lot going on. They talked more about how proclamations got to them, and they didn't want them coming forward that way anymore. So, but it was a very short meeting, and they didn't have much on their agenda at all. Other than that, it's pretty much quiet week for me.
All right, thank you very much, Commissioner Lindsay.
Yes, I did attend the Cortez City Council meeting last Tuesday, and they had quite a long and lengthy workshop over their land use code. So anybody, it's posted up on their websites if you want to look through it, more than welcome to. A lot of good questions asked. So, and it's also posted up on YouTube if you want to look at their meeting. You can find it and go through it. And in their regular meeting, they discussed minutes and agendas and approved some liquor license renewals. And they discussed quite a while Colorado House Bill 241175, local government's right to property for affordable housing. And I don't remember exactly what they did because it was long and drawn out and I had to take a break. But I think they did go on to oppose that and write a letter of opposition. They awarded a lease bid for 2 mowers at the golf course. And also they passed resolution, or they started resolution number 11, amending their fee schedule for the city of Cortez. And they discussed quite at length board appointments to different committees around the community. And after that, it was really easy because nobody else had anything else. And then they went into executive session and I went home.
Yeah,
And that's all I have.
good deal. Well, Tuesday afternoon after we finished up here, obviously had, like Travis said already, we started our budget presentations. I also had a housing authority meeting, which was a little bit lengthy this month just because of personnel issues and executive session, but more to come on that. But it is functioning. They did sell a couple pieces of property that were just kind of vacant orphan lots that haven't been able to do anything with, so we figured we'd get those back out and let somebody be able to do something with them, which is good. Then I traveled to Montrose on Wednesday and went to an energy conference Thursday, Friday, and that was pretty enlightening. I did have the opportunity to talk to Senator Kirkmeyer and Senator Simpson. A lot of conversations of just what's happening throughout the state, so that was very worthwhile. But just in the biggest part of that conversation is that the nuclear conversation needs to be happening sooner and faster than it really is. It's not Chernobyl, it's not 3 Mile Island, it's not all of these bad things that were back in the 70s and 80s. It's totally changed. It's clean, and it's plentiful. And that conversation really needs to be happening a lot quicker than what it really is, because Commissioner Lindsay also sits on Empire Electric's board. But energy is something that we keep using more and more of, and like I think you stated previously, AI, these data centers that they are putting online and what it takes to run those is astronomical, and we are going to run out, or energy is going to be short. Let me just put it that way, if we don't find a way to start replacing some of these coal-fired plants. So a good couple days up there. We did have in our workshop yesterday, we did have a presentation from Judge Plew and Eric Hogue, who is the court's administrator, I think is what his actual title is, for the 22nd judicial update. Talked a lot about the courthouse and some of the issues that they have out there. He said they had 55 employees in their courts, if I wrote that down properly, but there's a lot of people out there in that court and what it takes to actually make that thing function and work every day. So it was a good update also. And then obviously the last request from them is what can we do about the prairie dogs, and we'll try to figure out something, but that's an ongoing problem. I don't think you'll ever be able to eradicate those creatures, so it'll always be an ongoing problem. But we will look at it and try to do something more with that. We did have a meeting with, like Travis said, the emergency manager. Finance on the Title III funding. The Title III funding of the SRS is very, very specific. And to do the most with that money, it kind of looked like for us to be able to put it into the dispatch center, not necessarily the dispatch center, but to the E911 board, then we can use it for equipment. So that conversation is ongoing also, like Travis said, but there was a lot of conversation about the Title III funding. And again, SRS, who knows, will it be funded or will it not be funded? This may be the last year again. Nobody ever knows. And with that, that is all I have, gentlemen. We have come to the end.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to adjourn this July 2nd, 2024 meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.